What up, everyone? It's your boy Kijana back for some more of these fight predictions this week. I'm actually pretty stoked about this card. Cerrone versus Ferguson, Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes, and we even got Valentino Shevchenko versus Jessica Ai. So yeah, this is gonna be a good fucking fight card, man. I'm excited about it. Yeah, hopefully today goes by fast. But anyways, first fight. Pre-prelims, early prelims. Joanne Calderwood versus Caitlin Chookagian. I'm not going to talk too much about this one. This is a pretty evenly matched fight. It honestly could go either way. Caitlin Chookagian, she's pretty well-rounded. Her striking's not as good as Joanne Calderwood's. I feel like Joanne Calderwood's striking is a little bit better. And Joanne Calderwood actually has ground game too. She's got decent ground game. She's got one sub in the UFC. She's got one KO, and the rest decision wins. I want to say she's 5-3. I think she's 5-3. Let me look. Yeah, she's 5-3 in the UFC. And Caitlin Chookagian, what is her record looking like? She's 4-2, but every single one of her fights has been to decision. She's had all decision wins and all decision losses. Her recent losses against Jessica Ai. That was a pretty close fight, but I'm rolling with Joanne Calderwood. I feel like she can get the job done. She'll probably get a decision victory and edge it out. It's not going to be a unanimous. I highly doubt it's going to be a unanimous decision, and I don't think it's going to be a finish. If it is a finish, I feel like Joanne Calderwood will probably get a submission victory. Next fight, Angela Hill versus Yan Xiaonan. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I think she's from China. She's good. She's 3-0 in the UFC. All decision wins. She throws a lot of strikes. She has a lot of volume. Angela Hill, she's had her ups and downs. Angela Hill's had her ups and downs for sure. I'm not a huge fan of Angela Hill, but she's not a horrible fighter. She's not a horrible fighter. The worst performance I've seen her so far in was versus Randa Marcos. Randa Marcos basically, which I already knew that she was going to win that fight. She took her down and submitted her quick. I didn't know she was going to submit her. I thought she was going to just keep taking her down. But going off topic, I feel like Angela Hill's probably gonna lose. I feel like Yan Xiaonan is probably gonna edge her out with the decision victory, just with striking volume alone. Angela Hill throws a good amount of strikes as well. She's got a good bounce to her. Yan has a higher or a more reach advantage. She has a longer reach advantage, and I think she's a little bit taller as well. So yeah, I'm rolling with Yan to win by decision. Next fight. Let's see. Bevon Lewis versus Darren Stewart. This will be an interesting one. Bevon's coming off of a loss versus Uriah Hall, which it wasn't really. I mean, yeah, he lost. He got knocked out, TKO'd, whatever you want to call it. But Bevon Lewis, he did really well in that fight. He could have won the fight if he didn't get knocked out. He would have won by decision for sure. He had more output than Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall just caught him, man, which he can do to pretty much anyone. He can catch you at any moment. The dude's explosive as fuck, and he just has a really well skill set, a really well-rounded skill set. His ground games needs a little bit of work, but anyway, as I'm going off topic, Darren Stewart's a straight knockout artist. That motherfucker can knock you the fuck out. Darren Stewart is the underdog in this fight. A lot of people are rolling with Bevon Lewis. Bevon Lewis will be the bigger fighter for sure. Interested to see what it looks like at the weigh-ins. Haven't watched the weigh-ins yet. I don't even know if the weigh-ins are up on right now. I think they come on at 3 or 4, so I'll watch those. Sometimes I end up changing my picks just off of the weigh-ins, off of what people look like, how their mood is. If that hydration looks good, like they look like they're all right. They don't look like the weight cut killed them. But usually I keep my instinct picks and keep it all pretty much the same. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Darren Stewart on this one. I'm gonna roll with the underdog, Darren Stewart. I feel like he's gonna knock Bevon out. Feel like he's gonna touch that chin, probably knock him out in the second round. Bevon Lewis is good. This is really a pick'ems. This could go either way. This fight literally could go either way. Yeah, so that's gonna be a tough one to call. All right, we're rolling into the prelims. Featherweight bout, Ricardo Lamas versus Calvin Kattar. Man, this is gonna be a fucking good fight, dude. This is gonna be a good fight. Calvin Kattar, man, his performance versus Shane Burgos was outstanding. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's got wrestling, he's got striking. His reach is pretty good. Head movement's pretty good. His overall footwork is pretty good. This guy is a man. He can definitely go somewhere in the UFC. He's ranked 15. Ricardo Lamas is ranked 10. Lamas has been in the UFC for a while now. And I want to say, is Ricardo Lamas coming off of a fucking, let me look. I think he's coming off of a loss, if I can remember correctly. Damn, where is Lamas at? No, he's coming off of a win. Yeah, Darren Elkins. That's the fight. He did really well versus Darren Elkins, man. 3 takedowns in that fight as well. So, I mean, he's well-rounded. Ricardo Lamas is a well-rounded fighter, man. And he's explosive. He can knock you the fuck out. He has punching power. But I feel like Calvin Kattar's gonna get the job done, man. I feel like Calvin Kattar's gonna edge him. It could go to decision. It could be a TKO victory, but I mean, Ricardo Lamas is the underdog in this fight, which is surprising because he has way more experience. But I just feel like Calvin Kattar, man, he's up and coming. He's gonna get the job done. I feel like he'll edge him out if it is a decision, and it doesn't matter where it goes. I feel like his striking is pretty decent. I feel like he can hang with Ricardo Lamas standing as well. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Ricardo Lamas with Calvin Kattar to get the job done on this one. Next fight, Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Alexa Grasso. Man, Karolina's the girl, man. I've been a fan of Karolina for a while. She doesn't really, she has a high volume output. She doesn't get really many finishes. She's a decision fighter. We know she doesn't pack a punch. She lost versus Andrade, and her last loss too. Who was her last loss to? Let me look it up real quick. I know I watched the fight. I just forgot. Well, Michelle Watterson. Yeah, Michelle Watterson picked her apart. Karolina didn't even look like she knew what she could. She didn't even know what. Like, didn't even look like she knew how to fight. Like, it was weird, man. Like, I've never seen Karolina look like that. I mean, even versus Jessica Andrade, she didn't look like that. So, like, yeah, she got knocked out, but versus Michelle Watterson picked her apart on the feet. So I'm interested to see if she's gonna come back up on top and just fucking murk Alexa Grasso. I don't see it. I feel like Alexa Grasso might edge her out on the decision victory. This is gonna be a decision fight, though. I don't see it. I don't see any knockouts. I don't see any subs. So yeah, fuck. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm rolling against Karolina. Karolina's like, she's one of my favorite chick fighters in the UFC. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Alexa Grasso on this one to get the fucking decision victory. Man, I can't believe I'm going against her on that. But yeah, I picked her on the last fight and she lost for me, so that kind of sucked. Aljamain Sterling versus Pedro Munoz. This is going to be a fucking banger. Strategic fight, too. Both of these guys are well-rounded. They both have ground game. They both have a stand-up. Aljamain Sterling has the reach advantage. He has the height advantage. And he's just overall, he's just a bigger bantamweight, you know? Aljamain is like, every single time we see him inside the octagon, he's always bigger than his opponent. So, yeah, I feel like Aljamain's going to edge the victory on this one. He might get a submission, shit. Or Pedro Munoz might get a submission. It really could go. This is another pick'ems fight, man. This could go either way. I wasn't really impressed with Pedro Munoz's performance versus Cody Garbrandt, just for the simple fact that, I mean, and I love Cody, dude. Cody's like, I like Cody a lot. He's one of my favorite fighters for sure. I just wish he could get control of his aggression and think before he acts. I know it's harder to do than I am saying. Like, it's easier done than said or whatever. But yeah, I just wish that he would like get control of his aggression, man. That's the one thing that kills him, is he gets overly aggressive. And when he's banging, he just wants to fuck you up, like, which is understandable if you've ever been in a street fight, if you've ever been in a fight in general. Like, when you're in there, like, when you're banging with someone, you just want to bang, yo. Like, and Pedro Munoz wasn't the smart, like, Pedro Munoz made him come into his game plan. Pedro Munoz knew he had more stamina. He knows he packs a punch. He knew that he could knock out Cody. And he let Cody get into that distance with him. I don't know, I don't know what that was all about, but Cody should have played that smarter. So yeah, but I am rolling with Aljamain. Aljamain's a smart fucking fighter, man. Not that Cody isn't, it's just he needs to work on a few things, man. He needs to work on a few things. TJ Dillashaw definitely broke him a little bit, I feel like. Not even on the first fight, but the second fight. The second fight really broke him. But I'm going off topic. I'm rolling with Aljamain Sterling over Pedro Munoz to get the win. I'm not sure how he's going to get the win, but I feel like he is going to get the win. So we'll see how that pans out. Next fight, women's strawweight, Tatiana Suarez versus Nina Ansarov. Tatiana 7-0, ranked 2. Nina's ranked 3, 10-5. Both coming off wins, though. Yeah, Tatiana's a fucking beast, man. Her wrestling game is ridiculous. Like, I can't really think of any other chick in that weight division, or any of the divisions that have that good of wrestling, that good of a wrestling background and skill set overall. So yeah, I'm not gonna even really talk too much about Nina Ansarov. Nina Ansarov's good. She's all right. She's an all right fighter. I mean, she has to be all right if she's ranked 3. She's not just. Then again, there wasn't really that many. There's not really. Well, now it's a stacked ass division, but there's not like a ton of people in that division. But yeah, Tatiana's gonna be a future champ if she keeps doing what she's doing. She's a smart fighter too. She's not gonna just play into your game plan. She's gonna take you down. She's gonna do what she does and get the victory. So yeah, I'm rolling with Tatiana Suarez on this one. She's gonna get the win. Shit, maybe even a first or second round stoppage. I feel like she gets a lot of takedowns though, so I'm worried maybe Nina Ansarov will be able to keep getting up off her feet. But even if you're getting all those takedowns, like, and you can't keep the person down, they're gonna be worn out. And Tatiana seems to get the takedowns with ease. It's not like she's trying super hard to get these takedowns. She gets them with ease, it seems like. So yeah, I'm rolling with Tatiana to get the win. Rolling into the main card, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa versus Blagoy Ivanov. Man, my first instinct was to roll with Tai. Man, I don't even want to pick against Tai. I like Tai a lot. He's a cool dude. Seems like a cool dude. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a cool ass cat. Just a cool dude in general. But yeah, Tai Tuivasa's a fucking man, dude. He's a beast. He just wants to throw him. That fool just wants to straight throw him, dude. He doesn't care who's in front of him. He'll throw with you, dude. He'll fucking throw with you. I wouldn't say he's the smartest fighter, but what is the smartest fighter, you know? It's MMA. Anything could happen. But yeah, Tai Tuivasa, man, if he catches that chin, it's going to be a wrap. His last fight versus Junior Dos Santos, he just gassed himself out, man. If he can get away from the partying a little bit and like focus more on his training and just overall cardio, I feel like this motherfucker is going to be unstoppable, dude. Like, that guy. And if he can work on his ground game, because his ground game is fucking dog shit. Like, his ground game is dog shit. That's all I have to say about that. Like, I'm not knocking Tai. I like Tai a lot. But yeah, his ground game needs some serious work, which is like, everybody always needs some kind of improvement, man. You can't be good at every fucking thing. And yeah, you can be an overall fighter, but you're always gonna need something that you need to progress on. If you think that you're perfect in everything, you're gonna get checked. You're gonna get a reality check real quick from somebody that's better than you. So yeah, Tai Tuivasa versus Blagoy Ivanov. I think he's a background in Sambo. The guy's good, man. The guy's good. He's got a fucking solid chin too. But I don't know if he'll be able to take a shot from Tai. If he even plays into that game plan. I feel like Blagoy is going to be smart about this shit. He doesn't have a lot of volume, but I feel like he's going to be smart about it, and he's going to take Tai down and hold him down. Tai Tuivasa is probably not going to know what to do when he's on the ground. I highly doubt that he's going to be able to get up if Blagoy gets him on the ground. So yeah, I'm surprisingly rolling against Tai Tuivasa, and I'm rolling with Blagoy Ivanov. That's just this fight could really go either way. But something's telling me to go with Blagoy. He's the underdog, a super underdog as well. So yeah, that's my pick, Blagoy. Jimmy Rivera versus Peter Yan. A lot of people are fucking already talking shit about Jimmy Rivera and rolling with Peter Yan. Yeah, Peter Yan's a fucking beast. He's a stud. We all know that. But goddamn, man, you guys are already talking shit about Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera's been in the fight game for a minute, dude. Like, yeah, he got knocked out by fucking Marlon Moraes. He got caught. That shit happens, man. That doesn't mean and his loss versus Aljamain Sterling, he didn't seem like he was all there. This is gonna be a bounce back win, man. I'm rolling with Jimmy Rivera, super underdog. People are counting him out already. Yeah, Peter Yan's well-rounded. He's really good. He's got good ground game. He's got really good stand-up. We've seen him move well against. He's got good footwork too. We've seen him move really well against John Dotson. He was cutting the ring off. I think he knocked John Dotson down once too. He got knocked down too by John Dotson, if I can remember. But that was an overall really good fight. Peter Yan's been taking people out of that fucking division, just taking them out left and right. But I'm rolling with Jimmy Rivera. I'm not going to pick against Jimmy Rivera on this one just because Peter Yan's the hype man right now. Everyone's rolling with Peter Yan. Everyone thinks he's going to be the future champ. Which, fuck, he may be. He may be the future champ. We don't know. We'll find out. I feel like Jimmy Rivera is going to edge him. I feel like he's going to get the decision victory. Hopefully Jimmy Rivera uses a little bit more wrestling in this match. And hopefully he has a high output. Uses some of those leg kicks he got. So he got nasty leg kicks. He's got really nasty leg kicks, man. When he fought Uriah Hall, not Uriah Hall, sorry, Uriah Faber, his leg kicks, they were nasty. They were fucking nasty. So Jimmy Rivera he's the real deal, man. Just because he got knocked out and had a bad performance doesn't mean he's out of it. He's not out of it. Jimmy Rivera's going to get the win on that one. Next fight, lightweight. Oh, man, this is the fucking fight. Tony El Cucuy Ferguson versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. This is fucking the fight to make, which is crazy. I don't get how Tony Ferguson still has not had a title shot, man. How you go 11-0 in the UFC and you don't get a fucking title shot? That doesn't make no sense, man. I'm a huge Cowboy Cerrone fan. I've been a Cowboy Cerrone fan for so long. Me and my pops have been a Cowboy Cerrone fan for a long fucking time, man. Before he was even in the UFC, we knew about Cowboy Cerrone. That boy's nasty, man. That dude will fight anybody. He's a barroom brawler, but he's a smart brawler. He'll fuck you up on the ground. He'll fuck you up stand up. We all know he'll do it. He's fucking well rounded. His fucking striking is ridiculous, man. His submissions are ridiculous. But he is a slow starter. He's not going to be able to be a slow starter versus Tony Ferguson, though. Tony Ferguson's going to bring the heat real quick. He's going to bring that fast-paced shit. And it's only a 3-round fight. I feel like it should be a 5-round fight, but it's not a fucking it's not a title fight or nothing like that. So, but yeah, what I was saying about Tony Ferguson, I can't believe you go 11-0 in the UFC and you don't get a fucking title shot. That's nothing but hate. That's nothing but haters out there, man. That's nothing but fucking hate. That's all I got to say about that is Tony Ferguson's a fucking stud. I can't believe I'm rolling against Cowboy Cerrone. I never pick against Donald Cerrone. It doesn't matter who he's fucking fighting. When he fought against Darren Till, everybody was like, Darren Till's going to eat him up. I was like, yeah, that may happen, but I don't give a fuck. I'm rolling with Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone's the fucking man, dude. He's the man. He's the fucking vet. He's been in the UFC for a long fucking time. Deserves respect. But I gotta roll with Tony Ferguson on this one. They both deserve a fucking title shot, man. It's just, that's the crazy part is they have to meet. They have to fight each other in order to get a title shot. If they even fucking get one, the UFC be acting funny, dude. UFC be on some funny style shit. Tony Ferguson should have already got a title shot. He's fucking been fighting in the UFC for so long. 11-0, fought some of the best fucking people in there. Had a great fight against Anthony Pettis. He got clipped. We seen Tony Ferguson get clipped by a few people. We seen him get clipped by Lando Venata. Venata was coming in on short notice and almost put him away. But Tony Ferguson finds a way to roll out of that shit and use some of that breakdancing skill, kind of type of movement and shit, that capoeira type of movement, and he gets out of danger and then he comes back to life. That motherfucker's never out until he's really out. You got to put him to sleep to get him out of there. He ain't going out of there. You got to put him on a stretcher to get him out. So I'm going with Tony Ferguson. He's bringing the heat. He's going to get the job done round one. Sorry, Cowboy. I got to roll against you on this one, man. Still all love from Cali, man. But yeah, next fight, Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Eye. Jessica Evil Eye versus the Bullet. Man, I'm not thinking too much about this one. Ranked 1, Jessica Eye, and the champ, Valentina Shevchenko. I'm rolling with Shevchenko. There is nothing that anyone can do to make me change my opinion on if Valentina is going to win this fight or lose it. Valentina is going to win this fucking fight. I hear a lot of people saying Valentina Shevchenko is not a finisher. Valentina Shevchenko is not this. Get the fuck out of here, man. Valentina Shevchenko's a fucking beast. She would beat some dudes in the ring, dude. She beat a lot of normal people's ass, that's for sure. Valentina Shevchenko's a fucking beast. She is something else, man. I feel like that's all she does. She dreams about training. She fucking trains all day, every day. I don't feel like she has any distractions. A lot of these other fighters have distractions. Valentina Shevchenko doesn't have no distractions. She's in there to fuck you up. And if she doesn't fucking put you away, she don't put you to sleep with a submission, if she don't put you to sleep with them hands, she's gonna put you to sleep, or she's gonna still piece you up. She's gonna piece you the fuck up and still win a unanimous decision, so it don't matter. Like, people are saying she's not a finisher. Don't matter if she's not a finisher. If this was a street fight, Valentina Shevchenko will fuck you up. But it's in the UFC. They have minutes. They have rounds. You can only go for so long. Valentina Shevchenko might have a lot of decision wins, but it don't matter about those decision wins because she's still fucking those girls that she was fighting. She was fucking up, and I thought about that last fight. I watched it a few times of Valentina Shevchenko versus Amanda Nunes. That second fight, Shevchenko won that shit. I don't care what anybody says. She won that fucking fight. She should have been the champ right then. And I love Amanda Nunes because she's humble as fuck, and she's just an overall, like, just a really good fighter. But Valentina Shevchenko, yeah, she gets the dub. Probably be a decision victory, but I feel like she might TKO her in the second round. I feel like it's going to be a second round TKO. That's just my thoughts, though. Those are my opinions. So, I mean, if anybody else got some thoughts about them, drop them in the comments. I wouldn't mind hearing them. Main fucking event, Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes, the magician. Did you guys know Henry Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist? Did you guys know that? Did you know? Did you know? Fuck, man. I can't stand Henry Cejudo, honestly. I was so happy when he beat the shit out of TJ Dillashaw, though. I was so fucking happy. Yeah, I was so fucking happy. And I like TJ. I used to not like TJ Dillashaw, but I still like TJ Dillashaw. A lot of people are talking shit about him because of the EPO thing. Hey, we all make mistakes, man. Everyone makes mistakes in life. You just gotta grow from them. I mean, it's a fucked up mistake to make, to do that and know that you're doing it, and you're fucking getting all these wins, and you're getting belts off of people, and it's a fucked up for sure. I'm not on TJ Dillashaw's side with that, but Henry Cejudo knocked that boy clean the fuck out. TKO'd him. Just an overall great performance. But that performance versus Demetrius Johnson, that second one, he didn't win. He didn't win that shit. Anybody could argue with me all day about saying that Henry Cejudo won that belt. He didn't fucking win that belt, dude. They took that. Demetrius Johnson basically gave him the fucking belt. It didn't even look like he wanted to be there. It didn't look like he wanted to really fight. It looked like he was over the UFC. Like, fuck these people. Like, they're not really trying to back me. They're not trying to promote me. They're not trying to do nothing for me. So why does it matter? I know I'm the greatest inside, so why does it matter? Demetrius Johnson's a fucking dude. That motherfucker is one of the greatest of all time. One of the greatest of all time, man. Pound for pound, for sure. I don't feel like Henry Cejudo won that shit. And I don't know how he could really be that happy with winning by split decision like that. You already got knocked out by Demetrius Johnson. The only way that you should feel really happy is knocking Demetrius Johnson the fuck out. That's the only way that you should feel really happy about that win. But, I mean, I can't knock you, Henry. I can't knock you. You're getting your fucking money, man. You're getting your money. But I'm going off of... So I'm already talked about Henry Cejudo. He's got great wrestling. He's got really good stand-up. Now he does. His stand-up back then wasn't that good. His stand-up's gotten way better. His footwork's gotten better. Everything's gotten better. But his wrestling is ridiculous. He'll take anyone down. His wrestling's great. I think he could take some heavyweights down, honestly. Marlon Moraes is going to get the win. First or second round KO, TKO. That's all I got to say about that. Marlon Moraes, he's a magician. We've seen what he did to Jimmy Rivera. We've seen what he did to Aljamain. We've seen his last performance as well. Was it against Asanso, I think? I can't remember. I think it was Asanso. I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to talk too much more. But yeah, Marlon Moraes wins. Those are my predictions, man. It's going to be a great fucking card. Hopefully everybody tunes in. Hopefully they enjoy that shit. I just like making these predictions, man. I'm not a fucking... UFC fighter or MMA fighter or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, these are just my own opinions. I'm not here to argue with anybody about opinions. I love to debate. Debating's great. Arguing's another thing, though. If you have any Any comments, drop them. If you want to subscribe to my channel, go ahead. Show some love. You guys all have a blessed weekend.